Today I will be working on some Python programs. Let us just keep uh, solving some of them. First one is for strong numbers. So I'm going to create a file named strong.py, and a strong number is a number. It seems that any number, let's say we've got 1 0 0, then if the number is equal to sum of factorial of every single digit of a number, then that number is called strong number. So by that definition, if I'm not mistaken, this number 100 should also be a strong number. Let's see. First, we are going to sort of, what should I call it? Yeah, let's make a comment. Program for strong number. Now, how do you think we should actually work? First, we need to get a number as input. So number is equal to int input, and input is enter any number. I am, by the way, just checking what exactly input we need to get because this is very important. Uh, I have to get input and output in the same format that it is defined. So now that we have an input, we need to get while loop, and we need to run it as long as we have number. Then we also need to find the factorial. So how do you think I should get the factorial? We can use a recursion over here. We can create a function to get a factorial of a number. Let's I'm not sure how to do it, but no, let's just use while number, and we are going to get digit from the number. Digit is equal to number. Then we need to get a digit. You need to divide it. I mean, you need to divide it in a way that it gets you the remainder. All right. So this is how. Now we'll do number is equal to number floor division 10. This will keep reducing the number by the factor of 10, and that is going to eventually make number 0. So it's going to break the loop. And what we want to do is we want to first print the digits. So I'm going to step by step solve the solution. First, let's see that we are making sure that we are getting all of the digits. So let us check that. So for that, we need to run the code Python number Python strong dot py 100. So we need to print 1 0 and 0 rather 0 0 1, because initially we get this and then this. So 0 0 1 will be printed. That is fine. That is fine. Now we have made sure that we are getting the digit. Now we need to actually calculate the factorial of a digit. So how do we do that? How do you think we should calculate the factorial of a digit? We The problem is 0, right? Because what is the factorial of 0? It is actually 1, right? So we have to write code for that. We need another loop. We need another loop to sort of calculate the factorial. We can sort of use a function. Let's try to define a function. Let's see if we can do it. Def name of the function factorial, and then we need to pass in a number. The thing is, I've never really used factorial. I mean, I've never really, what should I call it? I've never really created any function in Python. So let me, come on. We are just going to use loop, right? Let's see. For Or should I do while or should I do for? We first need variable, right? Sum of factorial of digits. So sum factorial of digits, something like this. Or we are just going to reduce it and call it sum. Sum is equal to zero, right? So we basically want to calculate the factorial and add the factorial of individual digits to some variable, right? That is the whole idea. So how do you think we should proceed? We have I, which is equal to zero, or should it be equal to one? I'm not really sure. Let's do one, and then we use another while loop. While digit, I mean, how should we do it? Digit has to be greater than equal to one, right? Digit has to be greater than equal to one. Then we keep multiplying. Fact is equal to fact. First, we should also define something called fact is equal to one, right? So fact is basically one normally, and we keep multiplying fact with fact times a digit. And we are also going to reduce the digit for whatever digit is, right? So this should make sure that eventually digit reaches one, and we keep multiplying that. So now, once the loop breaks, we will have for sure factorial, right? And what happens if digit is zero? If digit is zero, then fact should be one. If this will only run if digit is zero. If digit is equal to zero, then, well, we have to use double equals, right? Zero. Then we want fact to wait. Well, yeah, we need to make sure that fact is one, right? We are going to make sure that fact is one, and then we add fact to it, right? For whatever every fact is for every single digit, right? So I think this should work, and it should give us our factorial. So sum of factorials. So let's see if we are able to get it. What is the output? Well, in our case, we are reducing the number, right? We are actually reducing the number. So if we are actually reducing the number, we need to have some sort of copy, right? So we want to keep storing. Python is a dynamically typed number. So if number is integer, then integers should be stored in temp. So we are keeping, what should I call it? The value stored in number in temp, right? So if temp is equal to sum, right? Because what is strong number? Strong number is basically sum of factorial of every single digit of a number, right? So if that is the case, then we have to print that this is strong number. This is strong number. Else we have to print this is not a strong number. So let's try to run this again. And this time around 100. It says this is not a strong number. Why? Because factorial of 0 is 1, factorial of 0 is again 1, and factorial of 1 is 1. So it is total of 3, and 3 is not equal to what? 3 is not equal to 100. That is why, right? So 100 is actually not a strong number. Our assumption was wrong. 145, however, is a strong number. So I'm hoping that it works. It says this is not a strong number. Why though? We will need to check that it is working properly or not. So we are going to print fact. We need to actually print the fact for every single time, for every single digit. We need to print the fact. 145. Fact is 1, fact is 1, and fact is 1. If digit is equal to 0, then oh, so we are actually calculating this, but wait a second. First, we are actually listen. The reason it is not working is because while loop continues, right, and eventually digit reaches 0, right? When digit is 1, then this code runs, and eventually digit is equal to 0. And now that digit is 0, fact is going to be reduced to 1. Whatever calculation was done is lost. So this code should be there, or it should be above. It should be over here. And remember, we are not using I, so we don't even need it. So this code only runs when digit is 0. We can do it like this. This code runs if digit is 0. This code runs if digit is 1 or more. There you go. Now I think we should be fine. I'm hoping at the very least that we are fine. It says this is not a strong number. Why? Why is it that it is saying that it is not a strong number? So initially digit is equal to number mod 10, right? Why is it printing 2880? That is something that I cannot understand. First, let's just keep printing the digits and see what are the digits. Print digit 145, right? For 5 it is 120, for 4 it is 22. Oh, so we need to actually reset fact every single time, right? So we also need to reset fact. Because previously calculated fact value is being multiplied. You can see, right? Because just imagine we have a 120 in fact, and then we keep multiplying it by 4, then by 3, by 2, then the value is continuously going to keep increasing. Then we multiply it by 1, then it remains the same. This is also one way of debugging, right, where you try to print the values. Now fact is equal to 1. We need to make sure that fact is always 1 every time loop runs, so that no sort of error happens. So this time around, I'm hoping that things go well. There you go. So now it is printing a strong number, because when the digit is when the digit is 5, it is printing 120. So fact value is 120, which is correct. Factorial of 5 is 120, factorial of 4 is 24, and factorial of 1 is 1. So the factorial of sum of factorial of digits of 145 is actually 145. So this is a strong number. So our code is now working properly. We need to remove this test stuff so that uh, things work well. We are not printing nonsense stuff, right? It's really clear. And now we need to sort of print one, but yeah, so it is working properly. So I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to stop recording now.